Hello, wealthy family. How are you all today? So, I am inside, and I know I look kind of crazy, but I'm inside because there's my son. My daughter. My daughter told me that I should have showed you all the transition between my autumn to my winter, and I'm kind of private, so I was like, no, I don't want to do that. Um, but I said, okay, I'll show you. I'll show them a little bit. So it's still kind of early, so I'm talking a little low and it's a little dark, but let me give you all a little light so you can see. We don't celebrate Christmas. You all see the lights and the stockings, and let me keep going. That's the presents, no tree. That's my younger son. You just saw my older boy. Um, Myself and my boys are early risers, and everybody else likes to lounge in. So, um, that was just a quick little, glimpse into my home. Nothing, nothing too lavish, but we do like to be festive and keep keep the energy high and flowing. I'm sitting by the window, so it looks a little bit better. Okay. Hi, Loki. And here's my puppy. Uh, you all can't even really see. Okay, never mind. Let's see if you can see him this way. There he is. He's just here with me. So today uh, I want to talk about how how and why you should grow past the trauma, the mental trauma that you may or may not have experienced. Well, not even may not. You probably have, because 95% of this world, of this population, has gone through some type of traumatic experience. Maybe not as harsh as some may have, but definitely we've experienced some type of trauma. And it causes us, my husband just got up, it causes us to make decisions based off that trauma. It can cause us to remain stifled in certain situations. It can cause us to be stuck, not just stifled, but stuck in certain situations. So we have to heal that, and we have to move past that. Now, the guidance from my spirit team was that you first have to have a strong mind. You have to have a strong enough mind to stay resolved and say that you're not going to allow that trauma to continue. I know a lot of people. Okay, sorry about that. I had to pause it, so I apologize if I repeat myself. But um, your trauma can keep you stuck in a situation and prevent you from moving forward, and then you seem to keep repeating the same cycles over and over. So my spirit team, the guidance for my spirit team was, one, you have to have a strong mind. You have to be resilient and determined that you're going to move past this trauma. You don't need, I mean, therapy helps, but not a lot of people feel comfortable or can even afford to go and speak to someone who can analyze and sort through the trauma, okay, that they've been through. So you have to, one, have a strong mind in order to heal yourself. Okay? Have a strong mind by knowing that, one, you are not your experience. Okay? Your experiences shape you, but it's not you. Okay? Now, secondly, you have to know that hurt people hurt people. Okay? So if you're dealing with people that have been hurt multiple times in the past, they also have trauma ingrained in their DNA, right? Because quite literally, the things that you've gone through in past lives, the things that your parents and your grandparents have gone through is ingrained in your DNA, ingrained in your blood. That's why sometimes something can happen and it can trigger you and you don't even know why. Or you can't seem to move past certain things and you don't know why. It's because it's ingrained in you, right? It's in your blood. It's in your DNA. Okay, so have a strong mind to know that it's not always just you. Don't beat yourself up time and time again because you can't get the results that you so rightly deserve and desire. Okay. Thirdly, you got to have a strong mind to know that sometimes, this kind of goes hand in hand with two, but sometimes people cause trauma on you not just because they want to have power over you, but because they don't even realize that they're doing it. They don't even realize that they're causing the pain because to them it may seem normal. To them it may not be a big deal. Okay? So one way how you can get over that is by addressing the person that caused the trauma. Now, I'm not saying that you have to go toe to toe and blow for blow with this person, but even if it's just mentally, right? That's why you have to have a strong mind, because even if you mentally are talking it out with them, if you are reliving the trauma that you experienced with them, it can feel so real because your mind plays tricks on you. Okay, so it can feel so real that you're going through it again and cause you trauma all over again as you try to mentally confront this person or this situation, right? You can help yourself get through that by writing a letter. Write it out, right? You don't have to give it to the person, but you can write it out. But if you mentally deal with it, if you talk about it out loud, even if no one's there and you record yourself and you listen to it, you can hear the pain that you feel still, right? You can still feel the effects of it. So you can work it out, but you have to be strong-willed. You have to be strong-minded in order to work it out, because that, like I said, can be very, very painful. Okay, it can be very painful, and sometimes we shy away from the pain. But if you don't confront it head on, right, like a great man said, pain is just weakness leaving the body, you won't be able to push past that. You're going to still have that weakness inside of you. Okay, so you want to release that. But you have to be strong-minded in order to do that. You have to have that determination in order to do that. And be resolved and know that you deserve to let it go. Okay? You don't deserve to hold on to that. You deserve to let it go. All right? So another way how you can heal trauma, let go, and why you should let it go and heal it, is because if you are walking around with hurt feelings and you are constantly berating yourself and talking down to yourself and beating yourself up, and how could you be so stupid? You never do anything right. What is wrong with you? How is that helping you grow? Right? You're filled up with all this negativity, all this doom and gloom, and it's not going to allow anything new to come in, any of those new experiences to come in. It's not going to allow the love that you also deserve to come in. So you have to make room. You have to clear out the doom and gloom so you can let the sun shine in. Stop berating yourself, because that comes from trauma. It comes from, if you see, a lot of people feel if they criticize themselves, no one else can. Oh, there's nothing you can say to me that I don't say to myself that's 10 times worse. How many times have you said that? That's not something to be proud of. How about you talk to yourself in such an uplifting way that you'll never allow anyone else to talk to you any other way? See, if you are constantly criticizing and berating yourself, you're giving off that energy, those signals that, hey, I'm not worth it, so you can do it to me too. And then you're going to take the crap from other people. That's traumatizing. That's putting yourself in a constant state of PTSD. And we have enough things happening in our society where we don't need to feed that energy. Society does a really good job with that. There's people out here, normally PTSD was reserved for soldiers, but there's people out here that's really walking around with PTSD that has never been in a foreign country war zone. But because of the war that they live domestically every single day, they have developed PTSD. That is something that is triggering your stress levels are so high that and PTSD isn't even, I don't even like that term because it's post, meaning after, but we're in constant stressors. Constantly. The news keeps us in stress. Some people's neighborhoods keep them in stress. Your job keeps you in stress. That's not healthy for anyone. So you have to have a strong mind to say, no, I'm going to let that go. I love myself enough. And that was another piece of advice from my spirit team. That you have to love yourself enough to reconnect with your soul. Stop looking for a soulmate outside of you and be your own doggone soulmate. Connect with your soul and love your soul enough to feed it. But your soul doesn't ascend or doesn't grow with lower level feelings. Your soul starts to resonate in the love frequency, which happens to be flowing right now as I record this on December 21st, winter solstice. So love yourself enough to reconnect with your soul, reconnect with your soul purpose, and that will bring healing to the trauma that you've experienced. You can heal yourself. You don't need anyone on the outside of you to heal you. Now, if you need that assistance, because some people, it takes practice, it takes time. You have to trust yourself, first of all. You can't love yourself if you don't trust yourself. But that takes a strong mind. Start building this muscle. It's the strongest one that you have. It's the most important one that you have. Okay? All right, wealthy family. So until we meet again, thank you so much for sharing this time with me on this beautiful Mindset Monday. I really hope that you're taking advantage of the energy. As you see, I am still in my pajamas, but I'm about to go get everybody else up and we'll do a couple of our solstice activities, some of the things that I gave you all to take advantage of. Best believe my family, including my children and my pets, will be taking advantage of, because they have a life force within them too, right? And you want to nurture that at every chance you can. So